Tonight inside the Senate chamber where he served 6 terms, John McCain's desk draped in black. The Maverick never at a loss for words, delivering his farewell statement through a trusted aide.
I've often observed that I am the luckiest person on earth. I feel that way even now as I prepare for the end of my life. I've loved my life, all of it.
McCain getting in a last word on President Trump without ever mentioning him by name.
We weaken our greatness when we confuse our patriotism with tribal rivalries. We weaken it when we hide behind walls rather than tear them down.
At the White House, Mr. Trump ignoring questions.
Mr. President, any thoughts on John McCain, sir?
But his actions speaking volumes. The White House today returning the flag to its full height, even as those around the nation's capital remained at half-staff. But by afternoon, amid intensifying pressure, a reversal. Mr. Trump writing, despite our differences on policy and politics, I respect Senator John McCain's service to our country. In his honor, ordering all flags at half-staff until McCain's burial. In Washington, this tribute outside the Senate office building McCain's former colleagues want renamed in his honor.
I will miss one of the very finest gentlemen with whom I've had the honor to serve.
And in his home state, an outpouring of respect. His longtime aide Mark Salter on Today.
The roads were lined with people who spontaneously showed up to wave flags and put their hands over their hearts. It was quite moving.
Ahead this week, celebrations of a statesman who often defied party labels. Among those paying tribute, longtime colleague Vice President Joe Biden and former presidents, former rivals, George W. Bush and Barack Obama, while the current president won't be there.
What's America like without John McCain?
Well, what I hope is that John McCain's legacy will rub off on a few people, young future politicians who look at this week and say, wow, John McCain was the real deal. Maybe I ought to follow that model.
Senator McCain's first stop will be here at the Arizona State Capitol, where he will lie in state this Wednesday, what would have been his 82nd birthday.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.